Let's go through Leak 316, remove duplicate letters. So it gives us a string S and remove duplicate letters so that every letter appears once and only once. You must make sure that the result is in the smallest lexical order among all possible results. So for this question, you'll see because there are B, C, A, B, C, so there are three characters, and we need have A, B, C, right? And the second one is A, C, D, B. Because we can only remove, that means we cannot change this kind of order, right? Otherwise, we just find the distinct, it's not uh, distinct characters. So for this question, we want to get a lexical smallest. So for this kind of question, we think about there is another question called remove k digits or remove k characters. So this similar that we want to have a lexical one. So lexical is actually monotonic increasing, right? So for this question, we can use monotonic Q. But so we know to create a lexical smallest string, we can use monotonic Q. But for this question, those kind of pop, it has some conditions, right? So for example, this there is a character, for example, D. This D, right? Example two. Um, if we this is already the last character on this kind of string. The next C, we should not be use C to pop D anymore because D do not have any D appears in the later positions. So in this case, our our stack, the pop should have some kind of conditions. And so what we think about is that we use last index array to store every characters the last index it appears. Of course, we can use counts as well, right? So if counts is decreased to one, means there is no this character anymore. We can use counts as well, but use last should be enough here. And so the condition is that if this when we come in a new character to check the stack top, right? So we check C is smaller than D. Theoretically, we should be able to pop, but we should add another condition. D is the last one. We're not able to pop anymore, right? Um, so there is another thing is that um, there is another thing is that for this C, right? For this C, we'll find this C appears multiple times. And we have this in this stack, it comes like a C is popped by B, right? And B is popped by A. So in the stack, there is only A right now. And there comes a C and comes a D, right? So in this case, there is a C coming up again. But the thing is that if just a traditional monotonic Q, right? No matter what kind of stack it is, right? We are trying to pop those kind of D, and if there is no D last condition, right? And I'm going to pop or pop C again, and put C here, right? But it seems that because the D is has a blocker, right? Like a blocker. So for this C, we cannot append A, C, D, C again, right? Otherwise, it has appears more than once. So how can we check if this C can be appended to our stack or not, right? So we should have some way to check if this C appears in the stack, right? So it's already in the stack. For this character, we should just ignore. We should not append anymore. So what we're thinking about is that we can use the user array to check if a character is already in stack or not. If it's already in stack, we just continue, do not do any comparison or for this kind of character anymore. So someone may question about if this C ignored, whether it is possible we miss the optimized solution, right? So let's consider for this D, right? If we have C coming, if this D is the last D, right? We cannot pop. So that means we check this C already in the stack. This C should never be append, right? And if there is D in the after another D, right? That means we are able to pop this D. And this C coming, it will just replace the old C, right? So the old C is already in the correct position because the characters previous to this C are all smaller than this C, right? So the new C will never get the string beta, and if there is a D in afterwards, it will still keep the same order, right? And for example, there is some kind of for example, this is F, right? F. Even there is a E coming, right? This will not affect this kind of F order, right? So for example, this is E, F, right? No matter what this sig is, it is still have the same order as we use it or not. So we can safely use the array or set to check if this character is already in stack. If it is in stack, we can just ignore it. So let's write code for this. We're going to have a char array equals s2 char array. I'm still going to use the char array to simulate stack because in Java stack is not it is a complicated data structure, not implemented that good, right? So I'm going to have int n equals array.length and index equals -1. So what do we do is, so first thing is that we want to get a last array, right? New int n. So for int I equals to 0, I smaller than n, I plus plus, we're going to have a plus the array I minus a equals I, right? So then the monotonic stack, we can use, of course, we need a Boolean in stack, right? Or in stack, in stack array, right? To be new Boolean, and right. So what we do is that for int I equal to 0, I smaller than n, I plus plus. So let's say if so char C equals array I, right? So this means that if in stack I this is not let's to be 26. 26, okay. This is to be 26. This is the character, right? So this last is also 26. So if in stack C minus 8, right? We just need to continue. And then we'll say, wow, this kind of index stand equal to -1 means this stack is not empty. And in the array index is greater, right? Greater than C. And we'll say the last, okay, last array, this top, right? Array index minus A. If this one is greater than I, means we still have a for the top of the array, right? This is we should be pop out because we have another character in the later positions. Then we can have in stack. First, don't forget that we put this because we pop it, so it's not in stack anymore, right? So array index minus A equals false, right? And we should pop that is move one index. And now we'll have a push our new seed to this stack, right? So we'll have in stack C minus A equals true, right? So in the end, we just return new string array 0 to index +1. Okay. It is O(n) time complexity in also O(n) space, right? Because the worst case that n character are all in the array in a stack. So this one, right? So Python code is similar. So let's still change this string to be list because we want to change it, right? And we're going to have n equals length array. So what do you do is that last equals multiple by 26. So what do we do is for I in range, and we're going to have last or the array I minus or the A should equals I, right? And we'll have an in stack equals false multiplied by 26, and have a index to simulate the stack for I in range. And so we'll say C equals array I or SI, whatever, right? So we'll say C index equals ORD C minus ORD A, right? So if in stack CID, right? Then we should continue. If not in stack, that is then we do the check the stack, right? While index down equal to -1, means this is not empty, and array index is greater than C, and last or the array index minus or the A is greater than I, means we still have we can save to pop this top, right? Because we have this later in a later position. So we can in stack one pop. So this is not at stack anymore right now. So in stack or the array index minus or the A equals false. right? And we have index minus equal to 1. This is similar to the pop. And we are going to have index plus equal to 1 and array index equals C, right? And in stack CID equals true. So in the end, we just need to return this one that join array from 0 to index plus 1, right?